and welcome to Body and Spine Solutions. Today I just want to tell you a little bit about your ITB. I think that we've had a few questions, especially from runners and that, about how the ITB works and how you might be able to deal with some of the discomfort or pain that you typically may find on the outside edge of your knee, or in some cases even over the great trochanter, this bony bump on the outside of your hip. So it's important actually to know your anatomy a little bit when it comes to the ITB. So when you look at the band of tissue that runs down the side of the leg to the outer edge of the knee, you'll actually see it run down the side here, and you'll see your quadricep muscle on one side, your hamstring on the other, and you'll see this line of tissue down here. It's a really tough band of tissue. It's attached to your femur. It helps actually give you a lot of support and builds the strength of that leg as well. So it has a really important role to play. But a lot of times people start rolling or rubbing through the ITB itself thinking that that's going to change its length or tension. But where the length and tension changes come from is more from the muscles that attach at the top end of the ITB. Typically, this little muscle at the front here, which is the one you feel just over the top of your pocket right here, that's called your tension fascia lata. And then the other ones are the glute max and even the glute med that's underneath it. Fibers from those run in and they form the ITB that runs down to the outside edge of your knee. So it makes sense. If you've got tension in these two muscle groups up here, it's going to change the tension along that line. Now remember, those muscles are pulling on that band to create good knee stability. So they actually have to function and pull on that band. So you're always going to have tension along that line. It's just that when it starts getting sore, you start to wonder, is one of these muscles pulling too tight and not allowing this to function properly? So that's when releases or massages or sort of stretches that can target these muscle groups may come in handy when you're trying to deal with reducing knee pain. But the other thing you've got to think about though is the ITB, as it runs down where this dashed line is here, it comes from the hip area up top, over the top of the femur bone, right at the edge here, and then runs down to the outside edge of your knee. So if you're looking at someone from the front, you'd normally expect the leg position to be in this slight sort of inward lean and down. But if that isn't able to control your knee position, so if for one reason or another your knee is diving across and coming in, you'll actually be stretching that band of tissue a lot. You'll be putting additional stress and compression forces on the outside edge of your knee, because if your knee rotates in or it ducks, which means comes across your body too much, especially with running or landing and those sort of other sports, you're going to get an increased compression of it against the outside edge of the knee and actually over this little point around the outside edge of your hip as well. So why would something like that happen though? And the question here is that it could be a couple of things. One of the common things is actually weakness in your ability to control what your knee does from these muscles up above. So a glute max muscle is a really powerful hip extender, so it takes the hip behind you, but it also externally rotates the knee and hip. So as it's turning your leg out, it stops the knee from diving in that way. So building up the strength of this muscle may be important if you've got ITB problems. In saying that too though, you may even have some weakness in the muscle in the front, or conversely you might have a combination. One muscle a bit weak, one a bit too overloaded or tight. So that's how you've got to think about your ITB, and hopefully you'll start to understand what causes that knee pain and how you may be addressing it through either strength or in some cases improving flexibility or mobility of the muscles above. Alright, thanks for watching.